Hello. So I'm going to go over on how to look for a program at a university and then know how to go about it if you go to the university website. So I'm using this university, Cycles University, which is in New York, as an example. So if you open the university website, any university, and they should work for about 99 percent of universities that you look for. So you have to go through and then at least know what is in the university, like what is happening there. It's very, very important because it's a school you want to go, so you need to know something about it. So here you can look at some of their statistics here, the amount they spend on funding. So this tells you that they have a lot of money, $447 million to support students. So they have a money that they can support to. They are number 9 in world ranking. So this is really a big school. So what you look for is you go to academics and then you look for the programs there if it interests you. If it interests you. So you scroll down, you can find programs here and find the program that you want to find. But I usually want to go to schools and colleges. So you go to the school and colleges because that is where you have the big faculty, the faculty, the schools and colleges. And even before you plan schooling abroad, you already have in mind what program you want to do and which school that program is. So it's not this time that you're going to look for schools and then all those things before you say, okay, then I like this, I like it, because you have that in mind already. So for you to get the information straight, so you have a lot of schools here, that you can look through if they are one of the schools that you are looking for graduate school over here. But so for this video, I will use School of Education. So let's go to School of Education. So you click on it, and then it will open the School of Education. So you have School of Education over here. The important thing you need to note here is look for the contact people in the School of Education. You can read about School of Education, know what is the. So the important thing is look for the contact people. Look for the contact people. So now we are at School of Education. Now let's see over here. Let's go to their programs that they do here. You have undergraduate, graduate, and then you have alumni and friends. So we are going for graduate program. Yeah. So you go to graduate program. So at School of Education graduate program, you could see that even they've stated on their website that from fall 2022 and spring, between fall 2022 and spring 2024, they are giving 50% School of Education scholarship for masters and certificate of advanced studies, CAS, certificate of advanced studies students who are admitted. So if you're admitted to masters or certificate of advanced studies, you get 50% scholarship. But this is what I was talking about, the names. The director of graduate admission and recruitment, and then inquiry and application. Because you are an international student, always it is very, very important you contact these people. And then for this school, I know because I'm actually enrolled in this school, so I know them, and then Rebecca will reply you within 30 minutes, at most 1 hour, if you write her an email. But you write and then ask about scholarship, about like anything that you need to know, ask about it. Ask about it. You can even write to the director asking if you could be admitted based on your certification. You could send everything to her, and then she could assess you. I know she will do that. I don't know about other schools, but I know she will do that, and I know most schools will also do that. But the important thing is, um, don't ask something that is already on the website. Do not ask something that is already on the website. So it is very important you read every information there, because you want to be a graduate student, and then a graduate student is mostly research, reading, putting ideas together. So if you can't read the information which is right at the website that she has put there, and then you come and ask her, the first thing she thinks of you is you are not serious. So make sure you don't ask some of the things that is already there, but you are asking about your assistantship, your scholarship, um, how you could be admitted based on what you have, something like that. That is what you are asking about. So it's very important. So now that you know the contact, you can now go and look for your program. So looking at the doctorate program. So we have all these programs here, all these programs over here. And I know for sure that all the PhD and then Doctor of Education program, I know for sure that you're going to get a scholarship, 100% scholarship if you are admitted. If you are admitted. So it's the same contact people, because yeah, that's the contact for the department. So things that you could be asked is how you could waive your English proficiency, because if you go through the application process, they will ask you to give an write an English proficiency test. It's simple. How can I waive it? Because I'm from Ghana. I've studied it English, so they will show you how you could waive it. It's just a matter of writing a letter and then getting your institution endorse it. Your institution will write and endorse it for you. If there is a GRA, in my previous video, I talk of GRA. GRA now is basically based on the program or the course, because it's not all programs that look at GRA for admission. So that is something that you could ask about. Is it possible that if you have GRA in your requirement, could it be waived? And then one thing is, we have graduate admission requirement, and then we have the school. That's why it's important you contact the school. So if there is something in the graduate general admission requirement that the school could wait for you, they can work on that. Because for the general admission, they are going to tell you everything. That is why I normally don't go straight away to the application process and then look at the requirement. Look at here first, look at this, the program that you are interested in, and then look at the requirement there. Contact the people here and then let them know that you are interested in that program and this is your qualification. But you could see that they are asking for this. How could that be waived? And then some of the courses we did in Ghana, it might be the same thing over in America, but it have different names but the same curriculum. So you have to explain to them sometime. That's what I mentioned earlier in my previous videos about getting your transcript. Because if you are contacting the director, you should be able to attach your transcript. You should be able to attach something that she could look at and know that, oh, you did this, you did. Yeah, it's very, very important. And then she'll get back to you show you the right thing to do. If it is not possible that you will be admitted, she'll tell you that, well, based on you, this, it's not possible. You can't be admitted. And then they will tell you. But, the admission go through a lot of process. So you also have to prepare very, very well. But this is just an initial point of contact. And you could do this for all schools. For all school. Just go straight to the program that you want to study. Find a contact there and then try to contact them. Ask them about the program. So let's look at here. Okay, let's go here. Mathematics education, PhD. Okay, so see the requirements are here. See, so these are the program contacts. Yeah. So Joanna, yeah, because she is the professor and is the director of recruitment. So if you want to study the mathematics education, you have to contact the professor too. So let's see the requirement. So requirement. So you could see all the requirements here. All the requirements here. So maybe here it says that methods and curriculum in teaching mathematics grades 7 to 12. On your transcript, you might not have method and curriculum, but I know you've learned about curriculum in teaching. So it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Curriculum in teaching mathematics. If you did mathematics in your undergrad, mathematics education. So that is something that you need to know. So these are the other requirements. 12 credits in research methodology. Yeah. And then one thing I advised all those who want to study abroad is, in Ghana at a university, we had a research paper, but after that, we just leave it. We don't even think of it again. It's very important you have a copy of that. It's very important. If not even a copy, at least have your topic. You should have a copy of it because if you want to do graduate study, you should prove and show that, well, you've done this research. In Ghana, undergrad students don't get much opportunity to do a lot of research papers aside the general one that you do. But I think those who have done um, graduate study masters in Ghana, they also have some research work. It's important. Even you write a research papers with your lecturers over there in Ghana whilst you're schooling. Just assess them. If your lecturer is working on some research, ask the lecturer to for you to assist and just have your name there that you assisted in that paper and you are part of it. So it becomes part of your property because it's very, very important if they see that, well, you've done some research work. And graduate studies is mostly on research. It helps you a lot. It helps you. So these are the requirements. So you don't have to apply straight away. Have the contact them, and then they will tell you what to do. Because if you look at this, these are admission and financial aid. So all the information, yeah. So like you see here, IELTS or TOEFL score for international students. International students. GRE is optional, not required. So this is optional. But this one you have to talk to them that, oh, you studied in English, and then that could be waived. that could be waived. And then you talk to them about any other thing that you need to know. See official transcript. One important thing is this: letters of recommendation. In all schools that you apply for, they require you to send letter of recommendation. It is part of the application package. If these letters do not go, your application will not be complete for it to be even looked at, So it's very important. But what I know is in Ghana, at times it becomes difficult for you to get the letter of recommendation from our institutional heads or our lecturers. If even you are unfortunate that you've left the school for some years, become difficult. So if you are in school now, try to have that rapport with some of your lecturers. So if you need recommendation, they can easily do it for you. Because a lecturer may be having about 300, 400 students, and it's obvious he doesn't know all of you. But if you are close to those lecturers, they know you. And then if you tell them, well, I want to school in abroad and I need a recommendation, they do it for you quickly. Find somebody who will do it for you if only you have in mind to study abroad. Because at times the letter of recommendation delay, and even at times it never comes. And that can affect your application. I do not talk of application deadlines, because um, it differ from school to school, and even in the school at times it differ from program to program. What I've realized is of late most institutions offer ongoing application. They don't actually have a deadline. They take out the application all year round, and then they just admit the student as the year goes. But there's still deadline for them. So you see this one, suggested application deadline January 15th. Yeah. So this is what I would say about this is general, but I just use this school for example. Well, I always advise for graduate student to like study abroad, because if you are thinking of undergrad, then you should be prepared to pay some money, or maybe you have somebody in abroad who wants you to come and study. That is fine. But if you are among the masses who are struggling for themselves, then it's better you have some graduate study in Ghana, and then undergrad study in Ghana, and then try your graduate study abroad. Try your luck abroad. So I think this will help. This is just a simple overview. I don't know, go into details into this, because you have to really go, like, look at the university, look at what is happening, look at it. Yes, and then this school won the soccer champion this year, so it is an advantage to, American play. The American football is not the Ghana football that we know. So most people do not play the football that we know, they call that soccer, that so if you are good in that too, that is also a must. But you should get something to support it. You can't just say, I'm good at football or I play soccer well. Yeah. I know this school, they won the champions this year. So, and then they have a lot of black um, students who are players. They have a lot of international students in this school. So I hope that this will help you. This will help you. Then so go, if you go to the university site, read every possible thing that you need to read. Know about the school. Know about the school. Yeah. Know about the school. It's very, very important. Know the school. Even if you see the school and you don't like it, there's no need to apply for it. There's no need to apply for it. So this is very, very important that you need to know. So one thing, let me just explain this about the semesters. Like America generally have like 3 semesters. Is it semesters? Like 2 semesters, and then they have a summer. Some this school in particular, they have 4. Yeah, let me call it semester. Semester doesn't mean 4, but, but let me call it that way. So they have the fall, the spring, the summer, and then they have winterlude. So if you are applying, you have to know when you want to start. And then most schools, like fall is the beginning of the school year. Every school, fall is the beginning of the school. That is August, when students start school at August, September. That is the beginning of the school year, fall. And then between and then we have January, the beginning of the year. That is like the second semester. Yeah, that is starting January. So coming January, they're going to start the spring semester. So if you're applying, fall you start in August, and then spring they start in January. Summer start in May. The school will start their summer section in May, and then the winter load is in November. But I think mostly where application, like the fresh students start, are mostly on fall and spring. Fall and spring. Some start in the summer. I don't think winterlude. Some start at winterlude. But like I said, now because of the ongoing application that most schools do, and then how students like application just come in, the courses like it's based on the lecturer availability and then the student availability. So it's not it wouldn't be surprised if like a program is starting on the winter load, because if they have a lot of applicants there who they have accepted, lecturers are available to teach them, they have facilities there, then they could straight away start it on winter load. Universities do their own thing. So every university have its own policy, and even inside the university, every college or education also have its own policy, and then the department will also have its own policy. So this is not something that you need to worry about, but I just want you to know that if you are doing your application, you'll be asked which semester do you want to start, fall, spring, or summer. Then you know when you are starting. When you are starting. So it's important that from now you start hunting for the school, and then by February, March, you start putting in your application. Latest by end of February, you start putting in your application for a fall semester. For a fall semester. And then the important thing is, if you are accepted, if your application is accepted, you can, and then you are not ready, like they can just hold on your application for the next year, or even for the next semester, being it spring or summer, or like. So it's very, very important. Well, studying abroad is not difficult, but it needs a lot of research. You need to research a lot. I've not talked of scholarship. I'm just telling you, if you get to the school website, contact somebody. This is the main reason for this video. Contact somebody. Look at what is happening at the school. Look at your program, how the program is structured. Is it something that could help you? Then if you're convinced that this will help you, now contact. Ask them, can this be waived? Things that they are asking, can it be waived? Ask them. Make sure you have recommenders ready, because your application, if you start an application, it shouldn't take you more than 2 weeks to complete it. It shouldn't take you more than 2 weeks to complete your application. And then if you want to, those who want to study doctorate degree, PhD, or doctorate degree, at least some undergrad could get into that program straight away, a doctorate degree. But at least I know majority of people who want to study that program have had their master's, so you should know how to do like some things professional in a professional way. They look at all those things, but there are so many insight that we'll talk about later. This video is getting too long. I'm sorry about it. So I will end it here. If you have any question, just put it at the comment section. We'll try to look at it. But I'll bring out schools that you could apply for, specifically those without application fees. So that will give you the upper hand. You don't waste any money. If they don't take you, you still don't lose anything. But we pray that the schools that you apply, you get a positive response. So I'll end here. If you have not subscribed, please do well to subscribe, because that will help others to also hear the good news that Life App is giving. I hope this help you. If you need something that you want me to talk about, just put it in the comment section, and then I'll do my best to talk about it. I think we'll continue next time. See you.